Fun fact, no one in this finals has previously won an NBA Finals. Only one player has even made it to the finals before. Who was that player? Give you a couple seconds to guess. And 3, 2, 1. The answer is Jay Crowder, who has now made the finals in back-to-back years. Last year with the Heat, this year with the Suns. Speaking of finals, here's a list of players with the most rings in NBA history. Bill Russell, Hall of Famer. Sam Jones, Hall of Famer. Tom Heinsohn, Hall of Famer. Casey Jones, Hall of Famer. Sash Sanders, Hall of Famer. John Havlicek, Hall of Famer. Robert Horry, Wait, he's not a Hall of Famer. Was he really good, but not quite good enough to make the Hall of Fame? No. He only averaged 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists for his career. Was he a consistent starter on these championship teams? No. He only started 33% of the games he played in seasons where his team won the finals. Does he even deserve these rings? Of course. Why? Because he might be one of the clutchest scorers ever in playoff history. In 2015, Bleacher Report's Adam Framal posted an article titled NBA Playoff History Clutch Meter, the top 25 late games players in recent memory. It outlined the clutchest players in the playoffs since 1997 with a formula that sounds a little bit like this. 100 minutes played within the last minute of a playoff game with 30 shots taken in that time frame, calculating points produced per shot, which includes multiplying assists by 2, adding points, subtracting turnovers, and then dividing that result by field goal attempts, then multiply points produced per shot by player impact estimate, or PI for short, which I will now put up on screen, which shows a total player's contribution to the team in that game. And, yep, isn't that a long formula? I agree. And do all that, and you finally get the clutch rating, which, if you're in the top 25, you probably have a rating of at least 28, and Robert Horry is ranked 24th on this list with a 28.5 rating. And he's above some of the greatest playoff performers ever. Karl Malone, Paul Pierce, Mountain Ginobili, Mike Bibby, and a lot more are below him on this list. And here's a quote that kind of shows how clutch he was from ESPN's Bill Simmons. Even if Robert Horry had retired in 2003, he would still be remembered as Big Shot Bob for life. But he saved his defining moment for a Sunday night, throwing a rattled Spurs team on his back and in Detroit. And I mean, it would almost demean what happened to write something like some huge three-pointers or a number of game-saving plays. Considering the situation, a budding Spurs collapse that seemed eerily reminiscent of the 2004 Lakers series, the circumstances, nobody else on the team was stepping up, and the opponent, one of the best defensive teams ever, playing at home. Horry's Game 5 ranks along Michael Jordan's Game 6 in 1998, Worthy's Game 7 in 1988, and Walt Frazier's Game 7 in 1970, and every other clutch finals performance over the years. If Horry didn't score 21 of his team's last 35 points, the Spurs would have been dead men walking, heading back into San Antonio, and instead, they were probably going to win the title on Tuesday night. Robert Horry went 12 of 30 in the clutch for about 40%, which is incredible. I mean, rarely do you see a player perform that well in the clutch with all of that pressure. And even if it's just a role player, Robert Horry has solidified himself as one of the most clutch players to ever pick up a basketball. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.